Welcome to the Declassified Files. I'm your host, Ben Carter. Beneath layers of dust, obscured within the labyrinthine confines of a long-forgotten government facility, lay a trove of classified documents. Among these clandestine archives, a particular set of blueprints caught the eye. These were not plans for a new type of tank or an improved aircraft design. No, these were far more peculiar. They detailed the concept of an object that was distinctly saucer-shaped and, as the note suggested, capable of flight. The name etched into the corner of the schematics? Project 1794. Project 1794 was a secret endeavor initiated by the United States Air Force in the early years of the Cold War. To the uninitiated, it may sound like the plot of a science fiction novel, yet it was all too real. The objective was audacious, to say the least. To develop a disc-shaped aircraft, a flying saucer, capable of reaching supersonic speeds and soaring to unimaginable heights. The goal was not simply to attain a technological marvel, but to establish dominance in the escalating tensions of the global stage. The blueprints of Project 1794 were a remarkable sight. Their details depicted an aircraft unlike anything seen before. It bore a circular, flat shape, with a cockpit situated in the center. The exterior shell was imagined to spin, creating a stabilizing gyroscope effect, while jet engines would propel the craft forward and upward. The theoretical design promised a machine that could ascend to 100,000 feet and reach speeds exceeding Mach 3, a feat unparalleled in the 1950s. The project was handed over to Avro Canada, a Canadian company with a reputation for out-of-the-box thinking and cutting-edge aircraft design. Under the watchful eyes of the most brilliant minds in aeronautical engineering, the theoretical became tangible. They set out to turn the clandestine blueprints into a fully-fledged flying saucer. The work was shrouded in secrecy, the magnitude of the project unknown to the public and most of the government. The engineers worked diligently, laboring under the weight of immense pressure and the constant shadow of potential failure. The stakes were high, and the successful completion of Project 1794 could have changed the course of history. Yet history, as we know, took a different turn. The flying saucer never took to the skies. The blueprints remained just that, a blueprint of an audacious dream, a tantalizing glimpse into a path not taken. The question lingers. What led to the downfall of Project 1794? What challenges did the engineers encounter, and why did this flying saucer never leave the ground? And perhaps most intriguingly, what would the world look like if it had? Project 1794 found its origins in the heart of the Cold War era, a period characterized by intense political tension and the heightened threat of nuclear annihilation. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a relentless race for global supremacy. In this climate of escalating fear and suspicion, the idea of a top-secret flying saucer program was born. In 2012, almost 6 decades after the inception of the project, a declassified document from the National Archives exposed Project 1794 to the public eye. These files revealed plans for the construction of a saucer-shaped aircraft capable of vertical takeoff and reaching speeds up to 3 times the speed of sound. The initial concept behind this project was sparked by the work of a German engineer named Richard Miete. Miete had allegedly developed a prototype for a saucer-shaped aircraft during World War II. His designs were captured by the Allies and became the foundation for Project 1794. In the United States, the project was managed by the Air Force, but most of the work was outsourced to Avro Canada, a company already making a name for itself in the world of aeronautics. The United States was impressed by Avro's innovative designs and hoped that the Canadian company could help them get a leg up in the arms race. However, the secrecy surrounding Project 1794 was critical. The government feared that any knowledge of such a project could spark panic among the public who were already on edge due to the threat of nuclear war. The project was kept under wraps, known only to a select few in the government and military. The motives behind Project 1794 were clear. The United States wanted a superior weapon, an advantage over the Soviets. The flying saucer was to be more than just a radical innovation in aviation. It was envisioned as a tool of psychological warfare. If the United States could demonstrate the capability to build and deploy such an extraordinary aircraft, It would send a powerful message to the Soviets and the rest of the world. But, as we know, the project never came to fruition, leaving us to ponder the reasons behind its failure and the potential implications had it succeeded. The secrecy that shrouded Project 1794 would eventually begin to crumble. The first sign of its existence emerged in the 1990s when a document titled Project Silverbug was declassified. This paper detailed a saucer-shaped aircraft's design, which bore a striking resemblance to the Avro car, a disc-like vehicle developed by Avro Canada around the same time. But it wasn't until 2012, when a trove of declassified documents concerning Project 1794 were published by the United States National Archives, that the scope of America's secret flying saucer program was fully revealed. The documents contained detailed diagrams and technical specifications, revealing the ambitious aim of creating an aircraft capable of reaching altitudes of over 100,000 feet and speeds up to Mach 3. The released files also confirmed the project's outsourced nature, spotlighting Avro Canada's pivotal role. The revelation that the United States had once sought to build a flying saucer was received with a mix of fascination and incredulity by the public. The government's initial reaction was one of silence. There was no immediate official commentary and not a single effort made to deny the veracity of the documents. It was as if an unspoken agreement existed to let the declassified files speak for themselves. However, whispers within the corridors of power hinted at the discomfort stirred by the exposure of this Cold War relic. For those in the know, Project 1794 was a stark reminder of the lengths the government had once been willing to go in the name of national security. For the public, the revelation sparked a wave of speculation. Some wondered if the project had truly been abandoned, or if it had simply been driven deeper underground, its existence masked by layers of disinformation. Others saw in it echoes of long-standing UFO conspiracy theories, interpreting the declassification as a tacit admission that the government had been involved in extraterrestrial technology study and replication. In the aftermath of the declassification, a veil was lifted on a forgotten chapter of military history. Project 1794, once a tightly guarded secret, was now a tantalizing puzzle, a story of ambition and innovation, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in the intrigue of the Cold War era. Yet even as the facts of the project came to light, many questions remained unanswered, leaving room for endless speculation and the allure of the unknown. Several key figures and organizations were instrumental in the execution of Project 1794. The initiative was a collaboration between the United States Air Force and Avro Canada, a Canadian aircraft manufacturing company. Avro Canada, previously known as Victory Aircraft, had been nationalized by the Canadian government during World War II and was known for its work on advanced, high-tech aviation projects. The company was tasked with developing the flying saucer, a project that was far beyond anything they had undertaken before. At the helm of Avro Canada was John Frost, a British-born aeronautical engineer known for his innovative and unconventional designs. Frost had been involved in designing numerous military aircraft prior to Project 1794 and was known for pushing the boundaries of what was considered possible in aeronautical engineering. Frost's vision and Avro Canada's manufacturing capabilities made them a perfect fit for the ambitious Project 1794. The U.S. Air Force was the primary sponsor and intended user of the proposed flying saucer. The project was overseen by the USAF's Research and Development Command, with Major General Osmond Ritland, a decorated World War II pilot and the then Deputy Commander of the Air Research and Development Command, playing a key role. Project 1794 was not the only flying saucer program under development during this time. The United States Army was also sponsoring a similar project known as Project Silverbug, which was also being undertaken by Avro Canada. The Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, though not directly involved in the project, kept a close eye on its progress. The CIA's interest was likely due to the potential implications the project could have on national security and the ongoing Cold War with the Soviet Union. The CIA's role in Project 1794 remains shrouded in secrecy, contributing to the ongoing mystery surrounding the initiative. The chain of command behind the classified actions was as complex as the project itself. The decision to declassify the documents related to Project 1794 was made at the highest levels of the United States government. Despite this, many details about the project remain classified, fostering speculation and intrigue about what really happened during America's secret flying saucer program. A thorough examination of available Project 1794 documentation reveals a web of intrigue and secrecy. Documents, declassified by the U.S. Air Force in 2012, offer a glimpse into the ambitious goals and technical specifications of the project. The documents include a technical report dated July 1956 and reveal plans for a disc-shaped aircraft capable of reaching speeds of Mach 4, with a ceiling of over 100,000 feet and a range of over 1,000 nautical miles. Interestingly, the report contains a contract between the U.S. Air Force and Avro Canada, suggesting that the project had progressed beyond initial concept stages. The documents also detail Frost's design for the saucer, proposing a disc-shaped aircraft powered by 6 turbojet engines with vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) capabilities. However, a careful study of the declassified documents reveals certain puzzling elements. Several pages of the dossier are missing, and numerous sections are heavily redacted, leaving holes in the understanding of Project 1794. The absence of these pages and the redacted sections fuel speculation about the full scope and successes of the project. One such example is a section that appears to have discussed potential applications of the flying saucer. However, this section has been almost entirely blacked out, leaving only tantalizing phrases like surveillance, delivery system, and interceptor. These redactions have led to widespread speculation about the intended military applications of the saucer, with some suggesting it could have been used as a spy craft, a bomber, or even a high-speed interceptor designed to shoot down enemy aircraft. Witness testimonies further complicate the understanding of Project 1794. Several Avro employees who reportedly worked on the project have come forward over the years, their accounts varying widely. Some claim that the project was a complete failure, with the prototype never achieving more than a few feet of altitude. Others, however, tell a different story, stating that the saucer was fully functional and capable of incredible speeds and maneuvers. The contradiction between these testimonies and the official documentation adds another layer of mystery to the project. In the realm of visual evidence, a few grainy photos and film footage exist, allegedly showing the saucer during a test flight. However, the authenticity of these images remains disputed, and they provide little concrete evidence due to their poor quality. Despite these tantalizing fragments of evidence, the full truth about Project 1794 remains elusive. The missing pages, redactions, and contradictory testimonies continue to fuel debate about this secret chapter in America's technological history. Clearly, there is more to Project 1794 than what has been revealed so far. The public unveiling of Project 1794 came as a shock, not only to the American public, but also to the global community. On the one hand, this revelation confirmed the long-held suspicion that the U.S. government was indeed involved in flying saucer technology. On the other, it raised new questions about the true extent of these clandestine operations. Media coverage of Project 1794 varied significantly, with some journalists treading cautiously around the subject and others diving headfirst into the world of conjecture and speculation. Some media outlets were quick to dismiss the project as a Cold War fantasy, while others saw it as proof of technological superiority and the promise of a new era in transportation. Researchers, too, found themselves divided. While some dismissed the project as a failed experiment, a handful of investigators saw the potential for a deeper narrative. These individuals, often operating on the fringes of academia and investigative journalism, began to dig deeper, unearthing a web of secrecy, denial, and disinformation. The government's stance on Project 1794 has evolved over the years. Initially, they denied any association with flying saucer technology. However, as more evidence came to light, the official narrative began to shift subtly. Today, the government acknowledges the existence of Project 1794, but maintains that it was a failed endeavor, a mere footnote in the annals of military history. Pop culture, too, played a significant role in shaping public perception of Project 1794. Hollywood's fascination with flying saucers and alien technology was already well established by the 1950s. The revelation of Project 1794 fueled this fascination further, leading to a surge in movies, TV shows, and books exploring the theme of government conspiracy and alien technology. Despite these efforts, the public understanding of Project 1794 remains shrouded in uncertainty and speculation. The missing documents, redacted sections, and contradictory testimonies have led to a myriad of theories, each more intriguing than the last. Some believe that the project was a cover-up for a more sinister operation. Others suggest that the government is still actively pursuing flying saucer technology in secret. The full truth about Project 1794 remains elusive. Unraveling the web of secrecy and disinformation surrounding this project may take years, if not decades. But for those who dare to dig deeper, the allure of the unknown and the promise of forbidden knowledge are too compelling to resist. Even among the believers, there are skeptics and experts who offer alternate interpretations of Project 1794. One of the most prominent among them is the hypothesis that the project was part of a psychological warfare campaign during the Cold War. The theory suggests that the U.S. government purposefully leaked information about Project 1794 to intimidate the Soviet Union and other potential adversaries. The idea of a technological marvel such as a flying saucer would have incited fear and doubt in the minds of America's enemies, leading them to believe that the United States had an insurmountable advantage. Another theory posits that Project 1794 was a diversionary tactic, a smokescreen to distract from other, potentially more critical, military projects. By focusing public attention on flying saucers, the government could work in secrecy on other technologies. This theory also suggests that the government might have intentionally encouraged speculation about extraterrestrial involvement to further obscure the truth and generate a climate of uncertainty and wonder. A third interpretation calls into question the sheer feasibility of the project. Some experts in aeronautics and engineering argue that the technology needed to develop a flying saucer as described in Project 1794 was simply beyond reach in the 1950s. These experts suggest that the project was overly ambitious, even foolhardy, and destined to fail from the onset. Despite these differing interpretations, what remains consistent is the aura of mystery surrounding Project 1794. The redacted documents, missing files, and conflicting testimonies have served to fuel speculation and intrigue. Yet the absence of concrete evidence leaves room for doubt and skepticism. Even as the debate continues, one thing is clear. Project 1794, regardless of its success or failure, has left an indelible mark on the collective imagination. Whether it was a genuine attempt to develop groundbreaking aviation technology, a strategic decoy, or a piece of psychological warfare, it continues to fascinate and bewilder. The missing pieces of the puzzle, the tantalizing hints of forbidden knowledge, and the enduring allure of the unknown ensure that Project 1794 will continue to captivate those who dare to delve into the shadows of history. Whether they are true believers, skeptics, or somewhere in between, the enigma of Project 1794 continues to draw people into its orbit, a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human drive to uncover the truth. As we delve deeper into the enigma of Project 1794, it becomes increasingly apparent that this was not an isolated incident. There are recurring patterns, themes, and similarities that connect this secret program to other covert operations and unexplained phenomena across different governments and decades. Take, for example, the United Kingdom's own foray into the world of flying saucers. In the 1950s, around the same time as Project 1794, the British government initiated a classified project known as Operation U-Tree. This initiative, much like its American counterpart, sought to develop a flying saucer-style aircraft for military purposes. Although Operation U-Tree never achieved its ambitious goals, it nonetheless reveals a shared interest and concerted effort among world powers to exploit the potential of saucer-shaped aircraft. Similarly, the Soviet Union during the Cold War era conducted secretive research into unconventional aircraft designs under the codename Project 1794. Much like the American Project 1794, the Soviet program aimed at creating a high-speed, high-altitude craft with capabilities far beyond conventional military aircraft. The Soviets, however, were reportedly more successful in their endeavors, with rumors suggesting that they had even managed to create prototype vehicles before the program was abruptly terminated. Then there's the infamous Project Blue Book, a systematic study of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, conducted by the United States Air Force. Running from 1952 to 1969, this project collected, collated, and analyzed thousands of UFO reports. While the official conclusion of Project Blue Book was that UFOs did not represent a threat to national security and were not evidence of advanced technology, the project's 12,618 sightings and reports have continued to fuel speculation and theories about extraterrestrial visitation and government cover-ups. These patterns and connections suggest that Project 1794 was part of a broader global effort to uncover the secrets of unconventional flight and possibly even extraterrestrial technology. The persistence of these programs, despite their apparent failures and the skepticism they faced, suggests a consistent belief in the potential of such technology, a belief strong enough to justify the investment of significant resources and the acceptance of considerable risk. And so, as we continue to probe the mysteries of Project 1794, we must also consider its place within a larger context. It is a piece of a much larger puzzle, a thread in a complex web of intrigue that spans nations, decades, and perhaps even the gulf between stars. The enigma of Project 1794 is far from a solitary mystery. Rather, it is a single chapter in a much broader narrative of human curiosity, ambition, and our relentless pursuit of the unknown. Despite the passage of time, the enigma surrounding Project 1794 remains as compelling as ever. The allure of its clandestine operations, coupled with the tantalizing prospect of otherworldly technology, continues to spark interest and fuel speculation among historians, scientists, and enthusiasts alike. This enduring fascination is not without reason. Recent years have seen the release of previously classified documents, shedding new light on the scope and ambition of Project 1794. One such document, declassified by the United States Air Force in 2012, provides a glimpse into the technical specifications of the envisioned flying saucer. This document reveals that the supposed vehicle was intended to reach speeds of Mach 4, or 4 times the speed of sound, and attain a maximum altitude of 100,000 feet. Such capabilities were far beyond the reach of conventional aircraft of the period and remain impressive even today. Concurrently, ongoing investigations into the realm of advanced, unconventional flight continue to reveal fresh insights. Modern aerospace research, leveraging the latest developments in materials science, propulsion technology, and computer modeling, is pushing the boundaries of what is possible. In doing so, it is inadvertently unearthing new layers to the enigma of Project 1794, suggesting that some of the concepts conceived during this secretive initiative may not have been as far-fetched as once thought. In the geopolitical arena, the shadow of Project 1794 continues to loom large. The pursuit of technological superiority remains a central theme in international relations, just as it was during the Cold War. The rise of new powers and the proliferation of advanced technologies have ushered in a renewed arms race, heightening the relevance of Project 1794 and its objectives. The quest for the ultimate flying machine, it seems, is far from over. The case of Project 1794 serves as a stark reminder of the lengths to which nations will go in their quest for dominance and the potential that remains hidden within the realms of the unknown. It is a testament to human ingenuity and our ceaseless drive to explore, to innovate, and to conquer. And while the project may ostensibly belong to the past, its spirit of audacious ambition and relentless pursuit of the impossible continues to resonate in the present, adding yet another layer to the mystery that continues to captivate us. In the twilight of our exploration into Project 1794, one cannot shake off the lingering sense of intrigue that this clandestine endeavor evokes. This secret undertaking, concocted in the heart of the Cold War, is a stark exhibition of the potency of power and the lengths to which it can spur nations into the realm of the extraordinary. Yet, at its core, it is also an embodiment of the unquenchable human thirst for knowledge and discovery, a testament to our innate drive to push the boundaries of the possible and venture into the unknown. Project 1794 is not just an antiquated relic of a bygone era, but a prism through which to view the intricate interplay of secrecy, power, and the constant human struggle to unveil the truth. This secret flying saucer program, with its audacious aim of achieving technological supremacy, illuminates the paradoxical duality of our nature. On one hand, our relentless pursuit of knowledge and innovation. On the other hand, our penchant for cloaking these pursuits in layers of secrecy, often driven by motivations of power and dominance. The mystery shrouding Project 1794 and the tantalizing fragments of information that have surfaced over the years serve as potent reminders of the vast and yet uncharted terrains of knowledge that lie hidden beneath the surface of our conventional understanding. They beckon us to question, to probe, to peel back the layers of secrecy and confront the enigma beneath. The echoes of Project 1794 reverberate in today's world, where the quest for technological prowess continues unabated, often shrouded in secrecy. The narrative of this project forces us to confront the profound implications of our relentless pursuit of knowledge and power. It urges us to reflect on the ethical boundaries of our ambitions and the potential repercussions of our actions. As the curtain falls on our exploration of Project 1794, the enigma persists. The truth remains as elusive as ever, buried beneath layers of mystery and secrecy. But within this enigma lies an enduring testament to our capacity for innovation, our insatiable thirst for knowledge, and our ceaseless quest to push the boundaries of the possible. And so, as we step back from the intricate tapestry of Project 1794, we are left with a deepened sense of awe at the uncharted depths of human potential and a renewed commitment to persevere in our quest to unveil the truth, no matter how elusive it may prove to be. For in the end, it is this relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding that defines us, propelling us forward into the vast and uncharted frontiers of possibility. Thanks for listening. This has been the Declassified Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.